Linda in California, the Greek islands in Icaria, the Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica, and the Bagavia region of Sardinia.
Sardinia, okay? Don't forget that we pronounce island, okay? Island.
Island.
Don't forget.
Thanks.
Okay, so number two, what do you think is the correct word, guys? It says has the distinction of having the highest concentration of male centenarians.
He has this distinction.
He has. I don't think so
Who's,
because we're not talking about a person. We're talking about places.
uh,
In here,
where
we need
or which?
yes, which. That is the correct answer.
Which?
Which. Perfect. Which has the distinction of having the highest concentration of male centenarians. Number three, the world. Very easy. In the world, right? In the world. Perfect. Continue, please, my dear Adela. Keep going.
These these five regions share a number of specific lifestyle habits. Inhabitants tend to grow, but
Yes, tend to grow what? Number four, own herbs and vegetables. In here, we need a possessive.
their own herbs
Yes,
and
their. Perfect. Their own herbs and vegetables. Continue, please. Ariel, please.
Okay. Tend to grow their own herbs and vegetables, sorry, which keeps them active and moving around naturally. They eat a mainly plant-based diet, especially beans such as fava.
Yes, such as fava. Perfect. When we are break down many things, such as fava, soy, and lentils. And meat is consumed on average only 5 times. Number six.
Per month?
What do you think is per month or a month? What is the most suitable option? Per month or a month?
I think it's per month because it's talking about a period of time.
Yeah, it could be, but the most proper option is a month. Yes, it's only 5 times a month. So don't forget. Loved ones come first, and people in blue zones. Number 7. Good care of aging parents and grandparents. Number 7. What is the word here? Please help me out, guys. Number 7.
Take good care?
Yes, take care of. Don't forget. Take good care of aging parents and grandparents who lived with younger and family members, or at least nearby. Older people remain healthier and it is less common. Number 8, the last one. It is less common them to suffer heart disease. We need here a preposition. What is the preposition that best fits here?
For them?
Yes, for them to suffer heart disease. Perfect, my dear Camila. Thank you so much. So let's scroll down to the page number 12. But first, let's practice a little bit of speaking. Which one of these lifestyle habits that were mentioned in this previous paragraph are common in your region? Help me out, please, Adela. Are these ones part of your own lifestyle?
okay. In my case, we have a little farm, so my parents keep active by doing agriculture and keep the plants to the food to
Okay.
carry it or what or kitchen. Yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What about you, my dear Camila?
Maybe I think in my I don't know in the region, but in my family,
Okay.
take care of the aging parents and grandparents, and always all my family live nearly.
Okay. No more.
I don't think I have another lifestyle habits I mentioned in the paragraph.
All right. What about you, my dear Abigail?
Sorry, I lose a moment. So, what is the context of the question? Sorry.
Okay. Which one of these lifestyle habits that were mentioned in this last paragraph are common in your region? And maybe are these ones part of your lifestyle?
Mm, maybe, for example, the plants. Uh, Not my family, but relatives that I have on Rebamba. They have a farm on Facundo,
Okay.
and it is common this aspect of the plants and the nature.
Okay. Thank you so much, my dear. So let's jump right to the page number 12 as I told you. Let's practice a little bit of vocabulary related to habitual behavior. And as you can see here, we have some adverbs of frequency and some other vocabulary. And what we have to do is to fill in the gaps with all of these words, using all of these words, okay? Number one, my granddad gets a car, okay? But he ever uses it. Which one of these words do you think is here?
Never.
Hardly ever.
Never ever, yes. Hardly ever. Hardly ever. Perfect. Hardly ever uses it. Number two, we play football on Sunday morning, but his week game is in the afternoon. What word is here? Can you find out?
Usually.
Usually, perfect. Usually we play football on Sunday morning. Number three, this nocturnal bird is often seen in daylight, so this early morning, let me, images are rare threat. I'm gonna give you a clue.
Almost.
Do you think it is very often or not often?
Not often.
No,
Very
no.
Yes, not often, perfect. Not often seen. Number four, it is not for the students to bring sandwiches. Most eat in the school. Counting. It is not what? Maybe it is not usual? Yes, right? Yes, it is not usual for them. Perfect. Number five. We rarely go into the town center to shop these days because it is far too crowded. Number five, please help me out.
Mm, we
Please take your time, think, and analyze according to the context of the sentence.
we tend.
We tend, perfect. We tend. No. Do you think it could be 10? No. 10 is the answer of the next one. Number 6.
Will.
We will rarely go into town. Okay, perfect. Number 6, as I told you, it was town. We tend not to go abroad on holiday. There are so many places to visit. Number 7. When I was at school, I often get into trouble for talking during the lessons.
Mm,
Used to.
I used to often, we can say that.
good.
Yes, I would
I
often
good.
get into trouble. Perfect. Great. And the last one. Where did my mom to work before she retired? In this case, we're talking about past habits, past situations.
Used to.
Used to.
Yes, used to. Okay, let's. I'm gonna share with you the answers so you can check. Number 1, it was hardly ever, usually. Number 2, number 3, not often. Number 4, usual for students. Number 5, very rarely. Okay, very rarely it was the answer. Number 6, tend not to go. Number 7, it was a good offer to get into trouble. And number 8, used to work. Perfect. So let's keep going. Now we have to practice the multiple choice clause of the reading and use of English part. In here you have to choose what is the correct answer, A, B, C, or D, for every single gap. Please, I need you to help me out reading the first part, my dear Paula, please.
A growing number of school-going teenagers are using the internet to
And as you can
to
see,
boost their,
to boost, yes.
their pocket money by selling clothes and accessories online. One shopping app has over 7 million users worldwide.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Up to there. Number 1, containing, consisting, including, or introducing. You have to provide yourself with the context of the paragraph. One shopping app has over 7 million users worldwide. And we have a comma there, and the options are containing, consisting, including, or introducing many enterprising under 18s who have decided they would. And please, number 1, help me out.
Introducing.
Not. It cannot be. Actually, not. You have to discard one by one. Containing, it doesn't sound proper.
Including?
Including, perfect. Including many enterprising under 18s. Number 2, they have decided they would. Number 2, better work, prefer work, would like work, or would rather work for themselves.
Prefer.
Okay, we are between. I want you to tell me, please. We have between. We are between prefer or rather. Which one of those ones do you think is the correct one? Which one of both? Would prefer work or would rather work? The other two options are incorrect. Better and like are not correct. So tell me, please. It could be would prefer work or it would rather work. They would rather work, sorry.
I think it's preferred because rather we usually use to introduce a comparison.
Yes, we're correct, but grammatically, it is incorrect. If we say would rather work. Sorry, you told me prefer, right?
Yes, prefer.
Okay, because if you actually would prefer and would rather are the same, they mean exactly the same. But if we use would prefer, we have to use the preposition to. So it means that it could be, it must be actually, would prefer to work. But as we don't have the preposition to here, we have to use would or rather. Because would or rather we use it without the preposition to. That is the difference, okay? So the correct answer is rather here. Continue, please, my dear Adela, please. Work for themselves.
Work for themselves than look for a part-time job in a shop or a restaurant. 16 years old, Eva Laidloa,
Let
who,
yes.
okay,
Who
who
has,
has
in number 3, turned up, grown up, brought up, or raised up?
Raise
grown
up.
up,
Raised up? No. Raised up
grown up,
and turned up are incorrect actually. So we're between grown up or brought up. So tell me, guys, what do you think is the correct one? It
grown up.
says yes, grown up.
Grown up.
That grown up in a family of successful business people, and she buys second-hand garments and then sells them via the app. More than not. Number 4. Often, ever, always, or sometimes. So please, what do you think are the correct answers here?
More often?
Yes, more often than not. Actually, this is an idiom, and maybe do you know what is the meaning of more often than not? Does anyone know what is the meaning of this idiom? No? It means most of the times, most of the cases, more often than not. Okay, that is the meaning. At a decent profit. I get most of my clothes from charity shops in car boot sales, she says. You can. In number 5 has been done as well, as you can see is the letter C. Come across. Come across good quality items if you are number 6. But first, do you know what is the meaning of the phrasal verb come across? Guys. Do you know what is the meaning? Does anyone know? Tell me, please. No?
I remember in Spanish, but I couldn't find a synonym in English.
Okay, tell us in Spanish, what is the meaning? And then I'm gonna give you
Es
the
como
definition.
cruzarse, como atravesar.
Yes, to find someone or something by chance. That is the meaning. By chance. Good quality items for if you are, number 6, if you are prepared to spend the time looking, if you are disposed, if you are organized, or if you are equipped. If you are organized, of course not. If you are equipped, well
Dispose?
not. Dispose or prepare it. What do you think?
Dispose, maybe?
It is prepared. Actually, it is prepared. If you are
Prepared.
prepared to spend the time looking. Katie Simmons, please, Ariel. Help me out with the reading.
Okay. To spend the time looking, Katie Simmons is another young entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. Yes, entrepreneur. Yeah. Number 7, sorry. Whereas, whenever, while, or whether, on holiday in Tuscany 3 years ago.
Wither?
Sorry, my dear Paulo.
Wither?
While. Whether. No. Whether
Leather.
is it's we use it when we're talking about conditionals or a conditioning tense. So the answer here is while. While on holiday, yes. In Tuscany 3 years ago, she discovered that clothes sold in the markets there were extremely cheap. So every 2 months, Katie, now 18 of course, 8, goes away, sets off, carries on, or catches up. We have to discard
Hmm.
one by one. Carries on, of course, is not. Catches up, as well not. So we're between goes away or set off. The correct answer here is sets off. Sets off for idly. Okay, so let me show you the answers. Okay, number one was including, number two was rather, number three ground, number four often, number five come across, number six prepared, number seven while, and number eight sets off. Okay, so let's go over the next part. That is called the keyword transformation of the reading and use of English section. Okay, and in this part, what you have to do is by using between 2 and 5 words, including the keyword given, you have to rephrase the sentence, the second sentence, so it has the same meaning as the first one. Okay? As you can see here, one example has been done. How long was your journey from London to Manchester? We have the keyword take, and we have to rephrase. How long did it take you to get from London to Manchester? Okay? We use it 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So number one, it is a little bit difficult. Actually, this is one of the most difficult part of the exam. So number one, why don't you throw away that old coat? We have the keyword red, and the next sentence says, how about that old coat? Do you remember the phrasal verb that means throw away something? That we practice?
Without
Yes. How about, but as about is a preposition, and whenever you have to a preposition, you have to use the verbs with ing form. So it means that the answer is how about getting rid of that old coat? That is the answer. Okay. Don't worry. At the end, I'm gonna show you what are the answers so you can check the spelling. Number two. I still find it strange to wear glasses. So we have used as a keyword, and it says I still haven't. It is in present
get used,
perfect. Yes, I still haven't got used to what? Tell me the whole answer. I still haven't what?
Get used to wearing glasses.
Yes, but in this case, as we have the present perfect, we need the correct form of the verb. I still haven't got used to wearing glasses. Okay, that is the answer. Number three. He never asks when he borrows my things. We have as the keyword always. So he is what? He is doing what? So he is always doing what? Remember that the second
always taking
sentence.
my things without asking.
Yes, something like that. But accurately, it is not the correct answer like that. The correct answer is he is always borrowing my things without asking. Okay, that is the correct answer. He is always borrowing my things without asking. Number four. Simon doesn't usually drink coffee. So we have as the keyword unusual. So what happens here? It
It's unusual to Simon drink coffee.
yes, but only one word is missing. It is unusual for Simon to drink coffee. Okay? It is unusual for Simon to drink coffee. Number 5. Helen is not usually so pessimistic. So it is not common for her to be so pessimistic. We have the keyword like, so it is what? So pessimistic. And I guess that you have never heard about this expression. I'm gonna tell you what is the answer. It is not like Helen to be so pessimistic. That is the answer. Why? Because if we say that it is like someone is something, we are talking about that that characteristic is not that common for that person. Okay? It is like in positive, or it is not like someone to be in a certain way. So the answer is it is not like Helen to be so pessimistic. And the last one, please. I can't wait to see you again. We have as the keyword forward, and I am really what? I don't know if in the previous lesson we checked this phrasal verb or not.
I think that
Tell me. I not. Okay. Uh, the phrasal verb here is looking forward to. I am really looking forward to seeing you again. I'm gonna show you. Number 1, it was how about getting rid of that old coat. We put it getting with ing because about is a preposition. And after a preposition, all of the verbs need to go with ing for. Number 2, I still haven't got used to wearing glasses. Number 3, he is always borrowing my things without asking. Number 4, it is unusual for Simon to drink coffee. And number 5, as I told you, it is not like Helen to be so pessimistic. And the last one is the phrasal verb look forward to. It is a 3-word particle phrasal verb, and after this phrasal verb, all of the verbs need to go with ing for. Okay, so don't forget. Any questions so far? Specifically about this part? Something that you don't get it? No? So is everything clear? Yes?
I have one question.
Tell me
What is
please.
the meaning of looking forward to see?
Is specifically that meaning that is in the first sentence. Can't wait to do something. That is the meaning.
Okay.
Yes. Abigail, tell me please.
I have a question. In what cases we need to use ing with the phrasal verbs?
In these specific cases that we are going to go over, specifically with look forward to, with that. Okay? Only with that one. Not all the phrasal
Thanks.
verbs, yes, not all the phrasal verbs needs to go with ing for. This one is a special one, actually, yes. So let's go over to the next part, and we're gonna learn some vocabulary with the verb get. Okay? We have to match each beginning of every single sentence with an appropriate ending, from letter A to letter D. Number 1, please do not hesitate to get. And what do you think is the pair? The expressions with get are involved, as you can see there. I'm gonna provide you with some time so you can read it, and then let me know please when you have the answers. Does anybody have the answer? From the exercise number 1, the sentence number 1. Please do not hesitate to
Maybe
Dover.
get a
stop.
chance.
Yes, perfect. Please do not hesitate to get a chance. To get in touch, sorry. To get in touch. To get in touch with our sales team if you have any questions. What is the meaning of get in touch with? You know, right? To contact. To contact someone or something. Number 2. Come in. I have to finish getting ready, right? Getting ready. I won't keep you waiting long. Number 3. I want to change jobs because I don't get what?
Ready. Ready.
I don't get paid enough. That is the answer. I don't get paid enough for the work I do here. Number 4. I'm sorry I'm so late. My boss got what?
Stuck.
Yes, get
Stuck
stuck
in.
in the snow. Perfect, Abigail. Number 5. I don't own a car and I can easily get. I don't
Over
have a car.
my
Sorry, get by? You told get by? Yes. If you told get by, you were right. The answer is get by. What is the meaning of the phrasal verb get by? To survive, to manage to do something. That is the meaning of get by. So I don't have a car and I can easily get by without one. Number 6. When we lived in Australia, I got what?
I got over.
I got the chance.
Yes,
Over.
I got a chance. I get a
Oh,
chance to go diving on a coral reef there. Perfect, Camila. And the last one. I enjoyed the party once I had got what? The last one. Get over. Get over my shyness and talked to a few people. Is there any one of these expressions we get that you don't know the meaning? Or is everything clear? No? Okay, so all of them are clear for you. And now please, it's time to practice a little bit of writing one more time. And in this case, I'm gonna show you how to write an article. If you have never written an article, I'm gonna show you how. So for this, I'm gonna ask you to go over the Google Drive folder and let's open up this writing guide. The second one, please. This one. The ultimate writing guide. And let's look for the articles. Let me scroll down. Yes, articles are in page number 10, please. Okay, first of all, you have to know what is an article in the Bit2First writing tasks. An article is a semi-formal or informal text written for it depends on the task, okay? For a magazine, for a website, for a newspaper, and its purpose is to interest the reader, to engage the reader, to give opinions, to describe experiences, and also to make recommendations. Okay, what is the assessment in here, the criteria? First of all, you have to answer to all of the parts of the question, depending on your task of the exam. You have to include relevant ideas, and you have to avoid irrelevant details. That is so important. You have to avoid these irrelevant details. The communicative achievement, in this case, you have to use the correct style, friendly, engaging, formal maybe in some cases, in some parts. You have to sound natural and confident in your writing, and you have to address the reader directly in the first person. What about the structure? As you can see here, in it, it must have a title, an introduction, two or three body paragraphs depending on what you are writing about, and the conclusions, as always. What about the language style? You have to use, as in all of the writing tasks, a wide range of vocabulary, not too basic. Try not to be so basic. You have to be very careful with the grammar, spelling mistakes, and use a variety of sentence structures. Okay, so first of all, you have to come up with a proper title. That is mandatory. It could be short, catchy, engaging, and related to the topic. Then, in introduction, you have to engage the reader. And the purpose of the introduction is to introduce the topic as well and to catch the reader's attention. You can use a question, a surprising fact, or a personal comment. For instance, you can say, have you ever wondered why so many people decided to learn English? It could be, for example. What about the body paragraphs? You have to develop your ideas like this. Each paragraph, every single paragraph, should focus on one main idea, the topic sentence that we know, the topic sentence. You have to support this main idea with examples, with personal experiences, and reasons as well. And don't forget that at the beginning of every single paragraph, you have to use linkers, connectors. Okay? So don't forget. And what to expect in the conclusion? You have to close your article by summarizing all of the points and giving your final opinion or recommendation. Okay? And in this part, you have one model answer here. For instance, the task is this one. A local magazine has asked the readers to write an article about their favorite things about the internet. Write an article talking about the things you do with the internet and recommend a website to other readers. That is the task. And there you are. As you can see, there is a very quickly introduction, two body paragraphs here, and the conclusion. Remember that you have to use between 140 and 190 words. Okay? So do you have any question about how to write an article? It is not a difficult, right? So let's get back to the book. In the task for you, maybe, do you want to write it right now? Or do you want it as a homework?
I prefer as a homework.
Okay, but please be honest with yourselves. Try not to use artificial intelligence and this kind of resources. Okay. So the task is write a short article of the number of words that you know about your lifestyle and how you feel about it. You have to include information about the following bullet points: your daily routine, your social life, your work or your studies, your family life, your free time activities, and your eating habits. Okay? And as you know, you have to send me this letter to provide you with some feedback. So please, let's turn up to the unit number 2, page number 15, high energy. And it's time to practice speaking part 1 of the Bit2First exam. This is called the part 1 interview, okay, in which the examiner is going to ask you random topics, random questions about several things. So please, I need you to help me out. Paulo, please. When was the last time that you played a sport?
Was the last week, because right now I don't have time for practice any sport. I'm working now.
Okay, perfect. Only one observation here. You told the last week. When we use last, we don't have to use the article the. So you just have to say last week without the article, okay? So don't forget. Thank you so much. Abigail, please. Do you prefer individual or team sports and why?
Hmm. The vast majority of the time, I prefer individual sports just because I can do alone and depend on me. For example, when I run or taekwondo, but when I make a kind of challenge, uh, I like to do hunting. For example, when it's gincana with my bike, with a group of friends. But personally, the vast majority of the time, I practice individual sports.
Okay, interesting. Thank you so much, my dear Abigail. What are the three most popular sports in your country, and what do you think they are popular? Ariel, please.
Okay, the three most popular sports in our country, I think it could be football, volley, but in the way by equavolley, not such as volleyball.
For sure.
Um, on the last one, I don't know, maybe basketball could be.
Yeah,
And
those are
why
good.
I think they are
Why?
popular.
Just tell me, why do you think for example, football? I think is the most popular sport in here in Ecuador. Why do you think it is?
Mm, I'm not very sure, but I could manage to think that it's because it's one of the most popular sports in the world, maybe from the World Cup and something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you so much. My dear Camila, please. How important is music in your life?
I think it's not very important in my life, but when I'm doing some boring activities, I enjoy to put on music that I like.
Okay, thank you so much. Great. Adela, please. Do you like dancing to music?
Well, in my case, I'm not a good dancer, so I'm just more like a listener. I appreciate the music in that way because I'm a little clumsy with my
Okay,
um, dancing, so I'm not a very good dancer at.
great.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. So let's jump right into the next part. This is the speaking long term, but first we're gonna practice a little bit of vocabulary. We just have to complete these collocations. Okay, you have to write the appropriate word from the box. These ones: guitarist, in, instrument, live, on, play, playlist, rock is done, or song. Okay. So for example, a rock band, a rock musician, a rock star. Though this one is a set of collocations. Okay, that is what we have to do. So number one, a lead, a session, or a bass. With which one of these words corresponds to this collocation? With guitarist, with in, the preposition in, instrument, live, on, play, playlist, or song.
Could be play.
A lead play, a session play, or a bass play? I don't think so. Try to look for the correct answer, please. What do you think?
Instrument.
A lead instrument, a session instrument, or a bass instrument? Yeah, it could be. Okay. What about a lead guitarist, a session guitarist, or a bass guitarist? What do you think is the most suitable, guitarist or instrument in this case? Who can help me?
Maybe guitarist because it's more specific.
Yes. Okay. Guitarist. Number two. A percussion, a wind, or a string. What? In this case, is instrument, as you told me, Abigail. Okay, instrument. A percussion instrument, a wind, or a string. Number three. Download a, perform a, or mime a.
Song?
Yes, song. Perfect. Number four. We have tour, stage, or the radio.
If?
Live. Yes. Live tour, live stage, or live the radio. Okay. Number five. A track, a tune, or a chord. In this case, we need a verb. Play a track, play a tune, and play a chord. Okay? So don't forget. Number six. We have the article album performance or music venue. In this case, is live as well.
Song.
Live
Oh,
album, live performance, and live music venue. Okay? Number seven. The charts, concert, and tune. In this case, we need a preposition in the charts, in concert, and in tune. Okay? And the last one, please. Who can help me? Create a, shuffle a,
song.
or delete a. In this case, is playlist. Create a
Oh,
playlist, shuffle a playlist, or delete a playlist. Okay, so let's jump right to this part. And one by one, you have to tell me. This is the part two, the speaking, the long turn, in which you have to describe these two photographs in one full minute by answering at the same time the following question. Why do you think these people have decided to listen to music in this kind of situations, please? So let's get started with Paula, please. Help me out. One full minute. Remember that you have to talk for one full minute.
Well, I usually listen music uh, when I'm in the car with friends, sharing a moment, maybe have a little conversation. Uh, and when I drive alone, that's my case. But when I need to repair the car or I need to do something in the car, maybe like a mechanism, uh, I I listen music for don't feel stress because sometimes the car have a lot of parts that are important and I can move or 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 uh, uh, or remove. Sorry,
Okay,
just
don't worry.
just and for me, I need to listen music when I need to do something specific thing
You can use the
in the
vocabulary. Sorry for interrupting you. You can use the vocabulary that we did right now. For instance, you can see while I am playing, while I'm working. Sorry, I like to shuffle a playlist, my favorite playlist, and like this. Okay. So please, sorry for interrupting you. Keep going.
uh, but but it's all. Sorry, I get confused. Sorry, it's all.
Okay, that's all. Thank you so much. Um, After your speaking partner finishes their speech, their performance in this task, the examiner is going to ask you a question, a random question related to this picture. So please, um, Paulo dealt with an interesting point. Camila, please tell me, do you think it could be dangerous or harmful to some extent to listen to music in while you are working?
Well, in my working situation, yes, it could be dangerous because I'm a doctor. So if I
Okay, of course, you don't have to.
Yes, if I'm playlist music on my work, maybe I confuse medicines or maybe don't take care properly with the patients. So in my situation, it could be dangerous.
Okay,
I think.
yes, for sure. Be careful with that. Thank you so much. So please, uh, let me see. Abigail, please. One full minute, the same. Why have the people decided to listen to music in this kind of situations? One full minute.
On the first picture, I get the impression that this guy listen music just to concentrate while he uh, is fixing the car because probably he's a mechanic and the playlist that he is listening can be rock.
Okay,
So in the second picture, maybe they are listening music just to enjoy the moment, to be prepared to go and dancing on the party, or just because these songs uh, take them to a moment specific of their lives. For example, are friends that plan to take a coffee and they remember when they were teenagers.
great, my dear Abigail. Thank you so much. So please, tell me, my dear Adela, please. Do you prefer listen to music while you are working alone, by your own, or with other people around?
Well, in my case, I rather listen the music by my own when I'm completely uh, alone because the kind of music I like to or I'm used to listening is kind of different. I I generally listen instrumental music or classic music most of the time.
So you
So
like classic music, classical
yeah,
music, okay?
yeah.
Interesting. Thank you so much. Ariel, please, the same question. Why have these people decided to listen to music in these kind of situations? One full minute.
Okay, on the left side, I think this man is listening to music to get more concentration in his work. Maybe he's listening. Well, if I would be him, I'll I would like to listen heavy metal or thrash metal, something like that, to get by my with my work. And on the right side, I could see two women uh, driving his car. So I think, or I believe that she created a specific playlist to drive her car. Sorry, and maybe they are listening their favorite song, and that's the reason why they look so happy.
Okay, thank you so much, my dear Ariel. Perfect. Abigail, please tell me.
Cause some accident. But for example, in another aspects, when you drive because you are driving just to go to the beach and are 4, 5, 6 hours, people driving usually listening music just to don't get asleep. But when you are driving on the city and you have to be uh, all the moment watch out all uh, different aspects, it's not advisable just to drive with music.
Thank you so much. Great. So please, you're the last one. Adela, please. One full minute, the same task. Why have these people decided to listen to music in these situations? Go ahead, please.
Okay. Well, for all of us, when we are doing common chores or tasks, We are used to listening some songs that help us to get get in feeling well while we are doing something. For example, in the first picture, like the guy is maybe he just doing some mechanical uh, checking, like a routine maybe, and he just listening something to just do that task. As well, in the second picture, the girls maybe they are driving or hanging out in a long time, and they are listening some songs that maybe they um, used to listen when they're maybe in parties or meetings before. So in both cases, the music helped them to feel relaxed and calm. So maybe that's why in that situation is available to listen or be not so concentrated in what we are doing when we are doing some things that are not dangerous, maybe, or well, yeah, when we do something just for fun and we don't have to do anything else.
Yes, thank you so much. Perfect. Well done, guys. So now let's jump right to the next part, that is the listening part 2. This is called the sentence completion, in which you have to complete with a word or a short phrase, a very short phrase, according to the recording that you're gonna hear twice. In this exercise, this one is the one of the most difficult exercises in the listening task, the whole section, because the audio that you are going to listen to is not going to be like this, exactly like this, literally, but you have to use your critical thinking to infer, and you have to be really fast to catch what are the correct words, okay? So I'm gonna play the audio, and then I'm gonna show you what are the right answers, so get ready, please. I would like you to take a look at the rhythm first, okay? And try to analyze what could be the words that are missing. This is the exercise for the listening, the audio 2.1, okay? Please read it. Read this paragraph very quickly.
You will hear a man called Jack Suggs talking on the radio about music. For questions 1 to 10, complete the sentences with a word or short phrase.
Hi, I'm Jack Suggs, and on today's programme,
You will hear
Okay, guys, I'm gonna play the audio and get ready, please.
You will hear a man called Jack Suggs talking on the radio about music. For questions 1 to 10, complete the sentences with a word or short phrase.
Hi, I'm Jack Suggs, and on today's programme, we're going to take a look at what's going on in the world of music. Apparently, the average person in Britain listens to around 3,500 songs a year. And in the case of young adults aged between 18 and 24, that figure is more than 6,000, an average of about 3.5 hours of music a day. Music's all around us, in shops, restaurants, gyms, and even the workplace. Not so long ago, the idea of employees listening to music in offices was almost unheard of. Now it's becoming increasingly common. In fact, almost as common as it used to be in factories, where many employers have got rid of it because it can be distracting and an obvious safety risk. In an office, though, it can be very beneficial, depending on what you're trying to achieve. According to some recent research, if the work involves creative thinking, then positive, stimulating music can help you come up with original ideas. But if it's anything that requires problem solving, then it's better to work without any noise at all, including music, of course. Background music can also help increase business in restaurants. There are music streaming services that design playlists to suit different types of restaurants and their brand or image. In a study carried out recently, one such service led to an increase of roughly 11% in the sales of side dishes in one establishment, and orders of smoothies and shakes rose by 15%. Restaurants have to be careful though, because if they get the music wrong or play it too loud, they can put people off eating and sales will fall. And there's some really interesting research that's been done by scientists at the University of Oxford. They found out that traditional music played in Indian restaurants can make the food taste up to 10% hotter. They haven't worked out exactly why this is yet, but it seems we associate the fast beat and high-pitched, distorted sounds of Indian music with high energy, and that reflects the sensation of eating spicy food. Now, if you like watching TV series, you may have noticed that many directors nowadays tend not to use famous musicians and composers to create the soundtracks for their work, but turn instead to relatively unknown artists. The band Survive in Stranger Things, for example, or Mogwai for Les Revenants. And they're such an important part of the process that they often compose the music before filming even begins, and so help to shape the series that's being made. They also use technology to create their sound, so there's less need to hire large orchestras and big studios these days. In fact, there's a move away from the dramatic sounds of the orchestra towards music that doesn't stand out so much, music that's more in the background so that it won't distract the viewer. Which is very different to what's happening with video games. Orchestras are an important element of these, and composers like Emma Noon are in constant demand. Emma comes from Ireland, but has set up home in California. She's worked on games like World of Warcraft and Legend of Zelda, which are played by hundreds of millions of people, and she travels the world performing sell-out concerts of her soundtracks. Video game music is also played on the radio. On the commercial station Classic FM, there's a very popular one-hour programme which plays music exclusively from games. Its name, appropriately, is High Score, and it's presented by Jessica Curry, who co-founded a game development company called The Chinese Room, and composed the music for the game Dear Esther. Many classical music lovers were sceptical at first, but the first series turned out to be a huge success, so they made more programmes. Now, on this programme, before we go on, you're going to hear a piece of jazz from somebody we all normally associate with rock music. And I want you to decide who it is we're listening to.
You will hear a man called Jack Suggs talking on the radio about music. For questions 1 to 10, complete the sentences with a word or short phrase.
Hi, I'm Jack Suggs. And on today's programme, we're going to take a look at what's going on in the world of music. Apparently, the average person in Britain listens to around 3,500 songs a year. And in the case of young adults aged between 18 and 24, that figure is more than 6,000, an average of about 3.5 hours of music a day. Music's all around us, in shops, restaurants, gyms, and even the workplace. Not so long ago, the idea of employees listening to music in offices was almost unheard of. Now it's becoming increasingly common. In fact, almost as common as it used to be in factories, where many employers have got rid of it because it can be distracting and an obvious safety risk. In an office, though, it can be very beneficial, depending on what you're trying to achieve. According to some recent research, if the work involves creative thinking, then positive, stimulating music can help you come up with original ideas. But if it's anything that requires problem solving, then it's better to work without any noise at all, including music, of course. Background music can also help increase business in restaurants. There are music streaming services that design playlists to suit different types of restaurants and their brand or image. In a study carried out recently, one such service led to an increase of roughly 11% in the sales of side dishes in one establishment, and orders of smoothies and shakes rose by 15%. Restaurants have to be careful though, because if they get the music wrong or play it too loud, they can put people off eating and sales will fall. And there's some really interesting research that's been done by scientists at the University of Oxford. They found out that traditional music played in Indian restaurants can make the food taste up to 10% hotter. They haven't worked out exactly why this is yet, but it seems we associate the fast beat and high-pitched, distorted sounds of Indian music with high energy, and that reflects the sensation of eating spicy food. Now, if you like watching TV series, you may have noticed that many directors nowadays tend not to use famous musicians and composers to create the soundtracks for their work, but turn instead to relatively unknown artists. The band Survive in Stranger Things, for example, or Mogwai for Les Revenants. And they're such an important part of the process that they often compose the music before filming even begins, and so help to shape the series that's being made. They also use technology to create their sound, so there's less need to hire large orchestras and big studios these days. In fact, there's a move away from the dramatic sounds of the orchestra towards music that doesn't stand out so much, music that's more in the background so that it won't distract the viewer. Which is very different to what's happening with video games. Orchestras are an important element of these, and composers like Emma Noon are in constant demand. Emma comes from Ireland, but has set up home in California. She's worked on games like World of Warcraft and Legend of Zelda, which are played by hundreds of millions of people, and she travels the world performing sell-out concerts of her soundtracks. Video game music is also played on the radio. On the commercial station Classic FM, there's a very popular 1-hour programme which plays music exclusively from games. Its name, appropriately, is High Score, and it's presented by Jessica Curry, who co-founded a game development company called The Chinese Room, and composed the music for the game Dear Esther. Many classical music lovers were sceptical at first, but the first series turned out to be a huge success, so they made more programmes. Now, on this programme, before we go on, you're going to hear a piece of jazz from somebody we all normally associate with rock music. And I want you to decide who it is we're listening to.
Okay, my dear students, I'm gonna show you what are the right answers. Number 1, it was in numbers or either in words. 6,000, please. 6,000. Number 2 was factories, only one word, factories. Number 3, problem solving or solving problems, any of those. Number 4, side dishes. Number 5, horror, as you can see there. Number 6, famous. Number 7, technology. Number 8, California. Number 9, high score. And number 10, jazz. Okay, so please take a look once again at the answers and tell me how many answers did you get right. Five out of 8, okay. What about you guys? Okay, 5 one more time. What about you, Paulo? 4, okay. What about you, Abigail? Only 3, okay. And what about you, my dear Adela? 6. Okay. How do you feel about this exercise? How do you feel about going about this exercise? Do you feel it is so difficult? Yes, so for that, I would like to give you some tips. Just they are some useful tips that worked to me when I had to perform this exam some years ago. First of all, you have to identify the key information. You have to follow the ideas in the audio, in the script, in the order. You have to recognize paraphrasing as well. And some other things is like the answer, that is so important. The answer is always said clearly. Only once. Only once is said very, very clearly. And in the same order as they are in the questions, from 1 to 10. You have to be careful with all of the details, okay? And you have to ask yourself, what information am I waiting for in this kind of exercise? And what kind of details best fits here logically? Okay, that is why you have to read before the listen. You have to read the whole text. Okay, and you have to listen for jest, for paraphrasing, because the audio will not repeat the sentence exactly as it is in every single sentence in the written part in the script. Okay, for example, you can say, let me think of an answer. For example, the audio must be like this. What really made me change, I don't know, the direction of the lack of job satisfaction, for example. And in the sentence, it could be like this. The speaker maybe decided to change the careers because of, and there you are, the missing gap, the missing word. And what is the answer? Job satisfaction. Okay, that is how it works, basically. You don't have to try to remember everything that is mentioned in the audio, okay? You just have to listen for the specific words or short phrases, okay? And those are the tips. So, remember, if it is a short phrase, you have to listen for only 1, 2, or 3 words, no more than that. Those are the answers, okay? So let's go over the next part, that is the gap text. This is the reading part. On page number 18, please. But I think we don't have enough time, because you have to read all of this, and then you have to decide what is the missing sentence in every single paragraph. Yeah, so in that case, we're gonna finish this lesson by practicing the speaking part. Okay, one by one more time. Have you ever heard about parkour, right? I think that most of you, or all of you. Okay, so please tell me, anyone who can help me, do you think, guys, that parkour should be taught in schools? Why or why not? Paula, please tell me. You're gonna start. Okay. Do you think that parkour should be taught in schools? Why or why not, according to you? Taught. Yeah. Yes, thank you so much. The same, please, Abigail. Tell me. Great, nice. Thank you so much. The next question, please, Ariel. Help me out. Are there any high risk or extreme sports that you like to give it a go? That you would like to try? Okay. Okay, thank you so much. The same, please, my dear Camila. For instance, for example, which one? Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, my dear Camila. And the last one, please, Adela. Help me out. The previous question. Do you think parkour should be taught in schools? What is your overview on this? Okay. Thank you so much, my dear. So don't forget, what is your homework, guys? You have to write what? The article that is on page number 13, please. And by the way, I would like to ask you what happened with your letters, please. The rest of you guys. You haven't sent me your letters yet. Only Camila and Ariel have sent me the letters. What happened? Sorry, what happened with you guys? You have to send me, please. Okay. Let me look for the page. Yes, this one. Number 9 is this task. Number 1. You have received a letter from your English speaking friend Paula. You have to write a reply on this task, okay? If you want, you can check the recorded lesson, the previous lesson that we hold, so you can have the context on how to write an informal letter, okay? Yeah. So don't forget to send me the articles, your articles, and I'm gonna provide you with some feedback the next lesson, please. So far, do you have any question about today's lesson? Something that you want to know, that you need to know? Let me know, please. Anyways, you can leave, dear students. Thank you so much for being here, actively participating. So, don't you have any questions? No? Okay, so I guess that it was everything clear. Okay? So please, before you leave, I need you to turn on your cameras to take today's attendance screenshot, please. Thank you so much, dear students. Okay, there you go. So you can leave, you're free. Have a good night. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you all on Wednesday, sorry. Bye bye. Bye bye, thank you.